Let's take you back to last Sunday. A tough game away against the London Raiders, who I think were unbeaten on their own ice until last Sunday when the Wildcats turned up, and a good performance and a good result.
Yeah, definitely. I was very shocked by London. I think they came out very hard. They were very well coached. You could tell that with the way they were playing on the ice. They had good systems. They made it boring for us. They locked us out. They clogged up the middle, and it was a tough game. That first period, I think we were quite lucky to come out with 2 goals, and I think they were dominant in the first 10 minutes. I think we couldn't get our end for a little bit. So, no, I was very impressed with them. The rink, obviously, it's new to us. It's quite small. It's quite narrow. But I think once we started finding our feet and we started, adapting to the situation, I think we obviously put quite a few goals away. So it was a good game overall. But yeah, I think everyone thinks a lot of these teams, the old E&L teams, when they play the old EPL teams, so to speak, it's going to be a walkover. But none of them have been like that so far. So these teams are really putting a good account of themselves, and it's going to be a tough year.
I'm going to come on to that, actually. You mentioned about the old EPL teams. You look at the league table. It's great that we're top at the moment, although I think Peterborough have got a game in hand over us, and we'll come on to Peterborough shortly. But the old EPL teams are sort of holding up the top section of the league, aren't they? Yeah,
you'd expect that to begin. Obviously we have a larger budget than some of the other teams as well. So at the end of the day, it was that kind of part of it. But yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of upsets this year. We played in Streatham. It was a tough game, a 2-1 win in the end, and obviously London as well. I think these teams are going to turn some of the big teams over as well. So no, I don't think it's going to stay like that for the whole league, and I think it'll be there's a lot of trophies on board as well this year. So I think there's going to be quite a few different winners. Hopefully we'll win them all, though. That's the plan.
That's the plan. Absolutely. And it's good to see Bracknell Bees. They've made it a decent start to the season because they've struggled in the English Premier League in the past. Basingstoke, a bit of a slow burner. They've not quite got things going yet, though.
Yeah, for Bracknell, this is what we're talking about. They struggled to have the 5 imports, I think, with the amount of money you have to pay for the housing and what comes with it. So I think, this, if the league structure, the new league structure has helped anyone, it's probably, Bracknell, because they've got a good British core. They're playing really well, and they've got 2 very good imports now. So I think they're going to have a good year as well. And Basingstoke, slight a slower start, but it's Basingstoke. They always come every week. They always come with grit and determination, and it's what they've given themselves that reputation over the last few years of coming out every game hard. And they're always fantastic games.
6 games unbeaten now. This momentum is rolling on for the Wildcats after you went to Invicta Dynamos and lost. And as you mentioned, many players chipping in now, scoring. And you're not one of the youngsters in the team anymore, are you? You're sort of in that sort of middle-aged... well, I won't say middle-aged, but you're in that sort of middle section. You've got 1 or 2 of the older players, some of the younger lads, and you're sort of there in the middle group, able to pass on some experience and words of advice now. Do you feel that more this year?
A little bit, yeah. There's obviously a lot of younger guys, but at the same time, I still... learn so much off everyone around me. Aaron, Maxi, Hilly, everyone, Yanni, everyone who's older than me still. Me and Sammy have, Sammy Zajac have good conversations about hockey and stuff, and I pick stuff off them. So
boxing as well.
And boxing, yeah, a little bit maybe. But no, it's about always learning. You can never be, you're never complete, you're never perfect. So if I can learn off anyone, even if you're younger than me, I'll learn off you. And as long as you take little bits off everyone, you're gonna become more complete. So hopefully I can pass on some wisdom. I haven't got a lot of it, but if there's anything, hopefully I can pass it on to anyone younger than me. And I'll keep learning off those older than me. Like Yanni to me probably doesn't even know it, is almost a mentor to me. The way he plays is fantastic. The way he comes up every game, works so hard, battles in every situation. And, he's an idol for me, and every time I watch him play, I'm learning from him. So if I can be a little bit more like him and Max and put it all together, then hopefully I'll become a better player too.
Now, prior to you appearing for this interview with us today, you've been busy out in the community. I think you've been down to Gorsehill to the was it the infant school down there or the junior school?
Been to the primary school, yeah.
Yeah, and you're doing your work in the community as well. Tell us a bit more about what you've been up to and what's coming up for you.
Yeah, we have lots on at the moment. We have our introduction to ice skating sessions. We're actually on in about 45 minutes, so we better be quick. But we do that. We do after school clubs every night. We have schools in all week. We teach the kids the basics of skating, and they come down from their schools. They get in minibuses, and we teach 30 at a time. It's fantastic. And like you said today, we've just been in for an assembly as well. where we talked today about online safety. So we went through the 6 key points of staying safe online. It's a big thing nowadays in the world, and we want to make sure kids can stay safe and secure throughout Swindon. And hopefully, if we pass on a little bit of information, we can make a slight difference. So that's what we're here for. And it's great to see, and also with the kids zone and the assembly, which me and Robbie just did. Then it was we invite them to the game as well. So the Telford game, they're going to be coming down. So hopefully some of the kids. Oh no, sorry, Gorse Hill will be the week after, but we've got a school coming down this weekend as well to hopefully watch. And they'll bring some of the kids, and they get free tickets. The kids. So if anyone's interested, contact me, and we can get your school on board as well. So
yeah, that's one of the great things about the crowds you're getting at the Wildcats, and I've got to say figures are really good at the moment, and certainly the figures, the numbers for Telford this weekend look very promising. Possibly a sellout. It's great to see all the youngsters coming to the games as well with their mums and dads.
Yeah, it's fantastic. It goes back to kind of the whole cycle of it. I started as a fan. I used to go sit on my dad's lap when I was really young in Nottingham in the old ice rink, and that's pretty much how I got into it there. We were having a conversation earlier about I played academy football for quite a while, and it got to the stage where I had to kind of pick, and I just loved ice hockey just by watching it. So if I can kind of return that favour and put the cycle back into motion, and get some of these kids down, and we have a lot of kids now, which me and Robbie have brought through from the school programme, and now we've just sent a lot up into the academy through the Learn to Play system, and it's amazing to see these kids finally becoming, me and Robbie call it real hockey players, but you can see them, and they're doing games, and they're joining in with their teams, and they've made a lot of friends, and it's amazing to see that their contribution from the Wildcat side and what they're putting back into the community is amazing.